Ransom, welcome to the Heidi Harris Show. Good to have you, my friend. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing great, Heidi. How are you?
I am fantastic. Okay, talk to me about Arrival.
Arrival is an alien invasion movie starring Amy Adams, Jeremy Renner, and Forrest Whitaker. And this is about alien aircraft. They've landed all over the world. And the one that's here inside the United States, the U.S. government actually sends Amy Adams' character. She's the top linguistics specialist in the country, and they want her to try to communicate with these aliens. So the main question, of course, is why are they here? Are they peaceful? Are they hostile? Other nations are doing the same thing, but they aren't working out so well with the rest of the world. So it comes down to Amy Adams' character to get some solid answers from these creatures before the planet really goes to war because of this whole alien invasion event. But Arrival, Heidi, was kind of a weird movie for me because it's a movie that was really, really close to not getting a positive review for me. And I actually walked into this movie with really high expectations because when I saw the movie on Monday night, it already had over 70 reviews, and it was still at 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. So I'm like, all right, we got some high expectations here. But the third act of the movie is actually what really saved the movie for me, Heidi. It's done so wonderfully, and it just makes the rest of the movie better. And what I mean by that is that this is a movie that moves at a snail's pace pretty much the entire way. And that's until we get to the third act. And that's going to be a problem for some people. It was almost a problem for me. But the way that they show this third act, and I don't want to get into spoilers, of course, because that's not what we do here on the Heidi Harris Show, but the way that they answer why these aliens are here, and they do it in such a smart way, and it makes you think about the rest of the film, it's done so wonderfully that I actually want to see this again this weekend so that way I can actually watch it knowing why these aliens are here. Like, it's done in such a great way. I wish I could get into it a little bit more, but man, really, seriously, if you guys go watch it this weekend, hit me up on Twitter at Ransompalooza so we can talk about it, because I really want to talk to people about this. But again, Heidi, this isn't your typical alien invasion movie. Things aren't blowing up. People aren't going to war. It's about people who are trying to use science, and they're trying to use speech to save the world.
Interesting. We're speaking with Ransom about our movie this week. The movie is Arrival. Interesting that you would say that about how it might hurt the movie, that it's a little slow in the beginning. Now, I'm going to ask a dumb question here, okay? When people download movies, I don't mean illegally, but like they go on Netflix or something like that down the road, or they go to Redbox, or I guess Redbox wouldn't count, but something you look at online, and they get bored with it because they think it's a little slow. Does that hurt the movie in any way? I mean, they've already gotten their money out of people, right? I mean, does it matter?
I don't think the studio really cares when that happens.
At that point, yeah.
Of course, you know, with Netflix and how all that stuff works out, there are royalties that happen with that. But yeah, I mean, it could hurt the movie word of mouth wise if a lot of people are watching the movie and they just stop watching it and they just tell all their friends, "Oh, don't watch that; it's garbage."
Interesting.
Yeah,
okay.
Monetarily, I don't think it's going to hurt it at all.
Interesting. Well, you know, like you said, it's getting good reviews, and to your point, it's the third part of the movie that makes it the most interesting. Because a lot of people are going, yeah, I've seen alien movies before, but to your point, this is totally different than your typical something coming out of somebody's stomach movie.
It's not a horror movie by any means. It's not, you know, what we had earlier this year with Independence Day. It's not what we had 20 years ago with Independence Day. It's something completely different, and it's a movie that at its core really shows that people matter and that words matter. And that actions matter, and that, you know, there is a way for us to all come together for the greater cause. And there's a more important message here. And like I said, the third act of this film is just done so wonderfully that it actually makes the entire movie better for me. Like, to be completely honest, Heidi, I was bored almost the entire way of the movie, but then that third act happened. I'm like, oh my God, that was great.
Interesting. Now, what's this movie rated?
This movie, I believe, is rated PG-13 off the top of my head. I don't remember completely.
Okay, so no, that's okay. So no little kids, maybe junior high kids? Or, I mean, what would make it PG-13?
There's some language.
Language, because a 13-year-old has never heard language.
Yeah.
That's what amazes
me. On your TV.
You know,
that language quick.
That's what amazes. You know, years ago, I don't know what movie it was, Ransom, but I was watching flipping channels. And I saw something chase somebody down a hallway, or I don't even know what it was. They chased the person into a bathroom stall, and they chopped their hand off, okay? And they're sitting there, and the blood squirting out of their hand. And then when the person cussed, they bleeped it. I thought, what do I not want my kid to see? Someone getting their hand chopped off or somebody using words I probably use myself in traffic. I mean, come on.
Oh, man.
So no sex, though, in the movie? Nothing like that?
No, nothing like that.
Okay.
I mean, there is a little bit of a love story going on, but like it's nothing like that.
No graphic sex or anything. Okay, got it. But you would recommend Arrival starring Amy. I like Amy Adams a lot, but that's probably always a plus when you like the actress to begin with.
She's been on fire lately. You know, a couple of years ago, she was in a Tim Burton movie called Big Eyes, where she got an Oscar nomination for that. She, of course, is in the Batman v Superman movies as Lois Lane. She's great in those. She's like one of the only thing that's good about those movies. But yeah, she's been absolutely on fire lately. I think that she is wonderful. I think that she is wonderful in this movie. I think that Forrest Whitaker is always good as well.
Yeah, sounds really good. Okay, I'm glad you said the Big Eyes was good because I saw the Big Eyes popped up on Netflix. Now that you say it's good, I'll watch that too. Okay.
Yeah, go check it out.
Sounds
it's a
good.
Different kind of Tim Burton movie.
Okay, I like that. Ransom Palooza on Twitter. Ransom, we will talk again next week with the next